Today, I'm speaking to the woman who believes she needs someone else to choose her for her to truly feel loved. The woman who was taught from a very young age that she wasn't good enough as she was. The woman who's always done everything she could to prove herself worthy of love, of being chosen, maybe even respected. The woman who is burnt out from depending on others to make her feel better about herself and is ready to try something new. She's ready to become her own source of the love no one else has been capable of giving her. Because deep down, she knows that's what's really been missing. And she knows when she finally learns to give that devotion to herself, who she's drawn to is going to change. What she's willing to accept from herself and others will change. And how much of herself she's willing to give will change. The woman I'm speaking to today knows she's who she really needs. And she's ready to become home to herself so she never has to feel alone and locked out in the cold again. In this conversation today, my friend, we're going to uncover what's really going on underneath the surface of this pain that we're talking about, and what needs to change for you to finally feel the love you've been trading yourself for. But before we get into this today, I just want to say welcome back to The Body Knows if you are returning. And if you are here for the first time, I trust that you'll receive exactly what you came for. And for those of you who do not know me, my name is Hannah. I am a certified EFT tapping specialist, and I too am a highly sensitive soul. I've lost myself many times in past relationships, and I've had to teach myself what being valued, loved, and held truly felt like. I've had to free myself from the desperation of needing to be wanted by another. I've had to realize that the only love I ever truly needed was my own. Everyone else has always been a reflection of that self-love. And I'm here to guide you down the path I've cleared so you can feel the love you've always deserved to feel. And if you so wish, to become magnetic to the ones who can match the love you give to yourself. With that being said, let's dive in. So this conversation, this is for the woman who once found someone, right, who gave you the attention, the affection, the passion that you've always poured into others. For just a moment, you finally knew what it felt like when someone wanted you to. Finally, you felt like maybe you are someone who gets chosen, who's wanted. And after a lifetime of feeling abandoned, you felt like you could breathe for the first time. Hell, you may not have even realized that you were holding your breath this whole time. But then it leaves as quickly as it blew in. Their affection, their adoration for you, their devotion to you, they started to pull away, which is exactly what you're terrified would happen. And it left you with even more doubt than you had before. Will someone ever choose me again? Was that my only chance? Will I ever be enough for anyone? And you couldn't understand why this happened because you thought you got it right with this one, unlike the previous people before, right? You didn't ask for too much. You didn't over text them like you once would have before. No matter what you changed or monitored about yourself, it still just didn't seem to be enough. And the wild part, though, this is the part that's spinning your head, is that a part of you knows this person probably wasn't even right for you. Yet you still find yourself obsessing over the idea of them coming back. You read their Instagram, searching for signs that they may be thinking about you too. You reread messages, the list goes on. But deep down, you know someone else desiring you, it's not the most important thing in your life. You have a life outside of relationships, outside of romance. And you know you are tired of waiting for a lover to make you feel like a valuable human being. And you fucking know that the most important relationship you have is with yourself. You know the best thing you can do for yourself is to become your own source of safety, of the reliability you wish you got from them, and your confidence. But the problem is, your body is refusing to catch up to what your mind already knows. You're still haunted by a sadness that you don't know what to do with, an ache so deep in your body that it convinces you, maybe I do need someone else to choose me so this pain will go away, even though you know logically that you don't. But let's talk about why knowing better doesn't stop that pain. Why you can't just get that little ache inside to go away by knowing better. This inner conflict that you're feeling, it's so incredibly painful at times. And not because you actually do need an outsider to come in and make you feel worthy, but because deep down, you're telling yourself unconsciously that you need permission to feel loved, to feel chosen. And because you felt it when that person was with you, your body thought, oh, that must be the source of it. And so it reaches, right? It reaches back for them. Because it's not that it's wrong, okay, to want to be loved or to want to have this incredible relationship, to want your own profound, overflowing love to be reciprocated. That desire is rooted in a reality where you get to experience that. So do not abandon that pull. The opportunity here, though, is to realize that your suffering is rooted in needing someone else's love to be the source of your worthiness. The permission slip to feel with their attention and affection made you feel. That's what hurts most. Because it's not. You have always been the source of feeling loved. And really, they were just a glimpse into that feeling, an expression of the truth that you can feel chosen and valued. It's available to you and it is within you. But here's the kicker though, my friend. When we're raised by emotionally unstable caretakers or maybe emotionally unavailable caretakers, we don't necessarily learn how to love ourselves properly. That's not what we're taught. It wasn't mirrored to you, which is a key part of our developmental process as humans. We're taught how to treat ourselves early on by how our caretakers consistently treat us. And just because you didn't learn it, though, it doesn't mean you can't learn it now. But the thing is, and I know this is something that you're probably wrestling with, and it's not because you want to be this way towards yourself. It's just, like I said, it's a lot of it's what you've just learned. But you can't learn how to love yourself by bullying yourself out of your sadness or anything that you're feeling, really. You won't learn self-love by telling yourself, I shouldn't need them. I shouldn't want them still. I know better than this. Why can't I just let them go? It's understandable that you're feeling that way. But that's not the medicine here. Because every time you respond to the part of you who still believes she needs to be chosen, and you respond to her with criticism or embarrassment or frustration, you recreate the very rejection that she's already grieving. She feels rejected by them and then rejected by you for being affected by it. This part of you does not need another lecture about why she shouldn't need someone else's approval. She already knows that. Knowing it is not the problem. You and I both know that. She needs the experience that she may never have consistently received. Someone being with her while she hurts without turning their heart against her. And that, in its simplest form, looks like offering compassion to the part of you that you're judging. That can sound like, I see how much this hurts. I understand why you wanted them to choose you. You don't have to stop feeling sad for me to stay here with you. That is how you begin teaching your body what your mind already knows. Not by forcing yourself to feel worthy of love. You can't really do that. But by refusing to withhold your own love until someone else tells you that you deserve it. The permission that you've been waiting for someone else's desire to give you is permission you can begin giving yourself. Permission to feel sad without being rejected or being told you're too much, right? Permission to need tenderness, because the part of you that needs that tenderness, that's judged and criticized for that, that's the part of you that's saying, okay, well, I'll look elsewhere. I'll go reach for something else. And then you reach for it, you get it, and you realize that's not what I really wanted. So you need to give yourself the permission to need what's right for you. You can give yourself the permission to be loved by you, even while a part of you is still longing to be loved by them. That's what closes that gap within you. And each time you stay with yourself inside of that ache, your body learns something new. Someone else may stop choosing me, but I no longer have to abandon myself if they do. I never have to believe that I'm unworthy of truly being loved ever again. It finds a new source of safety, of love, of worthiness. And that source is your love for yourself. And my friend, this is exactly what we work on inside of the 30-day inner reclaim. Because you're someone who already knows you don't need someone else's attention to feel good about yourself. But knowing that hasn't stopped the pain. It hasn't stopped you from checking their page, hoping they'll come back, or wondering what their rejection says about you. You don't need another explanation. You need help reaching the part of you that still believes that being chosen is the only way she'll finally feel lovable. And for 30 days, we work closely together to uncover the roots of that belief, heal the pain underneath it that's keeping it alive, and help your body feel safe enough to stop reaching for someone else to prove that you matter. Through deep EFT sessions, tapping audios made specifically for you that you use in your own time, and direct support between sessions, you begin learning how to stay on your own side, even when someone else might pull away. This isn't about forcing yourself to stop wanting them or even wanting a love. It's about reaching the point where you can miss them, you can want something, right? Without losing yourself trying to get them back or trying to get someone to choose you. Rejection can hurt without making you question your worth. And then this beautiful thing happens where you realize that rejection was never an attack on you. It was redirection. It was protection. And the best part, though, is that someone else's inconsistency no longer gets to control how you feel about yourself. Because the longer this wound is left in charge, the longer it will shape who you chase, what you tolerate, and how quickly you abandon yourself when love feels uncertain. You do not have to carry this into another relationship or let it drive you into the arms of another person who can't hold you the way you deserve. And I'm currently welcoming 5 women into the 30-day inner reclaim at a founding client rate. Once those 5 places are filled, the investment will return to its original value. So if you're ready to stop waiting for someone else to choose you before you finally live like you matter, then book your clarity call today, my friend, or just send me a private message and we can see together if the inner reclaim is the right next step for you. But I love you, and I will see you in the next conversation. Make sure you are subscribed if this resonates with you, if this feels like the clarity and support you've been needing.